What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode series on NHL 22. If you haven't seen episode 4, that video is linked in the description below. Check it out, guys, because what happened during the free agency was absolute insanity. There were just so much player movement going on. Even at the trade deadline, lots of big moves, but the free agency was where things really just got absolutely bonkers. Guarantee you're going to be shocked by some of the players that moved around, and you'll see pretty quickly as we get into this episode and go over our lines as well as looking around at the league ahead of the 2025-26 season. So this will be season 5, guys, which means we're a third of the way through this franchise mode series. We currently have 2 Stanley Cups in 4 seasons, and we're hoping to add to that number in the near future as we continue on managing the Colorado Avalanche and building them into a dynasty in the NHL. If you enjoy this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. The support helps me out a ton. And here we go, let's get into Season 5. Enjoy. Alright guys, so before we get into going over our lines here, I just wanted to show you how we did in the preseason. We went a solid 5-1-1, which is really good to see. Pretty solid preseason showing. And now I just want to show you guys our lines after all those crazy moves in the offseason. First line looks great, +2 correlation. We have Bjorkstrand up there, and we have Kyrou down on the second line instead, because if I switch them, you can see how that second line loses that +2 and jumps to a +2 from a +5. So we want to keep Kyrou there for that correlation. Third line looking really solid. Fourth line also really good. I feel like Kempe is going to tear it up. 84 overall center going against other fourth lines. He's going to be nuts. And then our defense also looking really nasty again this season. Nothing really changed aside from having Axel Anderson, 25, 82 overall. Looking really good. Defensive awareness 91, 96 discipline as well. So he's going to be a good depth defenseman for us this season. And then looking at our goalies, again, both 82, so kind of concerned there for how our goalies are going to measure up this season. I expect to have a Noonan as our starter next year, and we will evaluate their performance as we head into the season. So guys, without further ado, let's jump right into the simulation, and we're going to head to the new year, January 1st, 2026, and we'll see how we do then. Alright guys, so in the new year, January 1st, 2026, well, technically going into January 3rd for our next game, we have a record of 23, 11, and 1. Pretty solid, good for first in the central standings again. Solid 9 points over the Jets, as you can see here. The Golden Knights have more points, Lightning, Bruins, and Maple Leafs in the Eastern Conference. So we are on the top portion of the league. Looking pretty good, headed toward the trade deadline. McKinnon is absolutely playing out of his mind, 52 points in 35 games. Let's just check on our AHL team real quick, 25, 9, and 1. Yeah, they are crushing it. Jesper Bachfest there, 36 and 35, just over a point per game, and they are second in the Pacific. So AHL team rocking it as usual, and then our NHL team, we are doing pretty well. So we're going to go into the trade deadline, guys, and see what we want to do then. Alright guys, so headed into the trade deadline here, we have a record of 38, 20, and 2. Still first in the Central. As you can see here, still, relatively at the top of the league with 78 points. The Atlantic Division is absolutely stacked this season, oh my goodness. And again, McKinnon leading the way, 75 points in 60 games. We'll check our AHL team here. Oh my goodness, 44, 15, and 1. Bachfest absolutely crushing it. And now they are first in the Pacific. Good to see that. And here we go, guys. We're going to head into the trade deadline, see what kind of moves we may want to make, and we will see what happens. Alright guys, so here I'm going to see if I can just swap 1-for-1, offering up Devin Taves in exchange for Oliver Shillington from the Florida Panthers. See here, Shillington is 28 years old and 83 overall, whereas Taves is 32 and 86. So I think Shillington has a good amount of room to grow. Also saves a little bit on the salary cap. He's got 2 years remaining, and he fits onto our defensive pairing too. So let's offer this up. He does have some better stats than Taves on the shot and the puck skills. So let's just offer this 1-for-1 and see what they say. And the trade accepted. Alright. So we free up some cap space there. Get a good defenseman add. Younger defenseman. Has more room to grow for us. And that's a good trade. Alright guys, so the trade deadline is over. Obviously we made that big trade. Devin Taves for Oliver Shillington. Let's take a look and see what other trades went down. So Hronek going to the Blackhawks. Valerie Nichushkin and Joki Harju going to the Ducks. Let's see, Tom Wilson going to Seattle in exchange for Vince Dunn. Okay, it's a pretty big trade. Here we just traded one of our prospects that was looking like a bust for an extra 7th round pick this season. Looks like this season's going to be a really good draft class, honestly, guys. We'll take a look at that soon. So I want as many picks as I can get because even into the 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, it looks like we are going to have some pretty good picks left. So I want to stock up on picks this season. Wow, look at that. Yanni Gourde going to Minnesota. Dostal going to Toronto. There's another one, so we got a 5th round pick for Pat Park. Again, another prospect that just wasn't developing for us the way we want them to, looking like a bust for the type of caliber team that we want. There's our trade, 1-to-1 swap, Oliver Shillington for Devin Taves. Adam Larson going to Toronto and Dylan Larkin going to Toronto. Very big trade there. And here's the first big trade of the deadline, guys. Alex Tuck to Minnesota in exchange for Jonas Brodin and a 5th round pick. Yeah, I feel like Minnesota kind of won that trade. But anyway, that was a good trade deadline. Pretty active. No huge, insane blockbuster trades, but still some big names moving around on the list here. Alright guys, so let's take a quick look at the standings again after the trade deadline. We have 80 points, good for first in the Central Division. A nice 7 points ahead of the Minnesota Wild. We are poised for a nice playoff spot here. So we're going to sim up to the end of the regular season and see how we do. Alright guys, so to finish the regular season, we have a record of 51-27-4, good for 106 points to clinch the Western Conference. Oh, just missed out on the President's Trophy. The Bruins edged us out by 1 point. So we finished the regular season really strong. Another 50-plus win season for us. Again, the Atlantic Division there is looking pretty stacked. So guys, we're going to get into the playoffs right away and see who we get first. Guys, so here we have the Seattle Kraken in the first round of the playoffs. Take a look at the other matchups going on. Oilers Flames, Canucks Knights, Wild and Jets. And then for the Eastern Conference, the Bruins and Sabres, Lightning and Maple Leafs again, Hurricanes, Rangers, and then Devils and Senators. So we'll just go game by game, guys, here. Or game by game here, guys. I can't talk. And see what happens. So we start with a 4-1 loss. 4-0 win. Okay. A 4-3 win. 3-2 win. And a 4-1 win. There we go, boys. We take care of the Kraken in 5 games. All the rest of the series are still going. Alright, guys, so we got the Winnipeg Jets in the second round here. Oilers playing the Canucks. Devils playing the Canes. And Lightning playing the Sabres. Let's see how it goes. We're going to OT win there. An 8-1 win, Jesus Christ. A 5-4 win. And a 3-2 OT win. There we go, boys. We sweep the Jets. And the Canucks sweep the Oilers. Alright, so we are facing the Vancouver Canucks in the Western Conference Finals. And we'll wait to see how the Eastern Conference here goes. Alright guys, so the Eastern Conference Finals is between the Hurricanes and the Sabres. So let's get these Western Conference Finals going here. 4-1 win. 3-1 win. A 5-2 loss. Oof, tough loss there. A 4-3 win in that one. And a 3-2 OT win. Alright boys, we are going to the Stanley Cup Finals. After a tragic loss in the Western Conference Finals last season, we make it back to the Cup Final. And the Eastern Conference, matchup here. We'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so we are playing the Buffalo Sabres in the Stanley Cup final. Let's get this on the road, see how it goes. Okay guys, we're gonna go game by game here and see how things turn out for us. Up 1-0 after 1. 2-1 after 2. And we take game 1 5-2. Wow. Big third period in scoring. 4 goals there. Alright, here we go guys, game 2, let's get it rolling. 0-0 after 1, 1-0 after 2, and there we go, we take game 2, 2-1. Kempe coming up huge for us in that. A big 2-0 win, or big 2-0 series lead, I mean. Let's get on to game 3. Alright guys, game 3, let's go. 1-0 after 1, 2-1 after 2. Let's get this third period going here and see how things grow for us. 3-1, oof, not how you like to see it happen. 3-2, alright, still lots of time. Winding down here, man, getting down to the wire in game 3. And Buffalo ends up taking game 3, 3-2. Pretty tight game there. We move on to game 4. Alright guys, game 4 here. Let's see how it goes. Tied after 1. Tied after 2. And let's get into the third period here and see how things go down. Wow, we're out shooting them by a lot. Almost, yeah, 10 shots on goal over there. Oh, the power play can't get it done. Under 2 minutes here now in the third period. Oh my god, they got a power play right at the end there. We're going to OT here. And let's see how it goes. We have 43 shots. Oh my god. I swear we're gonna have like 50 shots by the end of this game. Oh man. I am literally so stressed right now watching this. OT. They get a power play. Oh, good. We kill it off. PK coming up huge. And there we go, boys. Landeskog coming up big. We take the game 4-3 and we go into game 5. We are at home for this, so let's see how things go down here. 1-0 after 1 of Buffalo. Still 1-0. Let's get, oh wow, right away. 1-1. Here we go, guys. Under 10 minutes here. Stanley Cup on the line for us. Can we get it done? And we are going to OT. Wow. Let's get it going. And there we go, boys. Oh man, we should have watched OT. Oh, I'm such an idiot. But there we go, guys. 3 Stanley Cups in 5 seasons. This team, you cannot tell me we don't have a dynasty here. Absolutely insane. And how about this pattern that we have, guys? Literally winning the Stanley Cup and then getting knocked out of the playoffs either early or super late. Like, we've never made a mid-round exit. We got knocked out in the first round and then knocked out in the conference finals. And then we go on and win the Stanley Cup the very next season. Look at Jordan Kyrou, guys. I mean, come on. But let's take a look at our regular season point leaders, which I forgot. Nathan MacKinnon. Are you okay, man? 50 goals. Look at the disparity between the next forwards. But you can't be mad at that. Look at Kyrou putting up 80 points with us. I mean, again, Kessel on the fourth line putting up 27 goals. Dude was getting 11.5 minutes on the ice. Depth scoring all the way through. Kempe getting just over 12 minutes, putting up 47 points. I mean, look at these guys. Kurashev only getting 7.5 minutes, still managed to get double digits, and same with Tanner Jeannot. Still getting into double digits there. Let's take a look at our defensemen. Cale Makar obviously leading the way. You know, top to bottom here. Shillington, I'm wondering, what did he do for us after the trade deadline? Alright, 6 points, so not bad. Was a +2 though, 2 penalty in minutes, so pretty disciplined player. That's what we like to see. 20 minutes of ice time. Ruutu here getting just under 18 minutes. You know, we would like to see a bit more out of him, but like, he's developing very nicely for us. And let's take a look at our goalies for the regular season. Really solid numbers for Kemper at age 36, my goodness. Noonan here, we would like to see him be better. We want him to be our starter. But let's take a look at the player stats for the playoffs. Because Jordan Kyrou here coming up absolutely huge for us, leading us in points, in scoring. Nathan MacKinnon did have the most goals though with 9. And then everyone you want to see a lot out of. Newhook, really, really great for us there. 16 points in the playoffs. Kempe, 12 points on that fourth line. You know, again, top to bottom, every single person contributing. And then same on the defense. Byram actually getting the most points for our defenseman there. And then, yeah, top to bottom, really great. We love to see it. Let's see. We did play Kemper. Yeah, look at those numbers in the playoffs, guys. He was one of the biggest reasons why we won the cup this season. And then Noonan only came in for 4 saves. There was one game where we pulled Kemper. I don't know why. But, hey, 4 saves is 4 saves, and Kemper comes up huge. What an incredible year, guys. Let's take a look at the awards now. So look at that, the last 5 seasons, and we take 3 of those Stanley Cups. Absolutely insane. Boston did get the President's Trophy, like we said. Again, look at that. All 3 times that we won the Western Conference Finals, we win the Stanley Cup. Pretty insane there. Let's look at the individual awards. Nathan MacKinnon for 3 years in a row wins the Art Ross Trophy. Also the Hart for 3 seasons in a row. Hedman back-to-back. James Norris. Pasternak getting the Lady Byng, second in the last 3 years. Ward getting the Calder. McKinnon getting the Conn Smythe. Oh my goodness, guys. Swayman winning the Vezina. Love to see it. And the William Jennings. Edmondson getting the Masterson. Bruins coach Jack Adams. Couture back-to-back. Wow, 3 of the last 5 seasons he wins that. Nathan MacKinnon, 3 years in a row winning the Ted Lindsay. Absolutely insane. And H. Bowie winning the Maurice Richard. I actually want to take a look at that then. Let's take a look at these stats, see how many goals he had. Wow, he did get 60 goals. Very impressive there. Ovechkin back up, pushing the 50 goal mark at age 40. What a legend. And then MacKinnon there leading the way. And again, he did have the most points. Only 2 players this season with 100+ points. Pretty interesting to see that. You know, usually you have guys like McDavid, Draisaitl, you know, even Teravainen sometimes pushing up over 100 points. Matthews, 90 points. Pretty surprising there. I do want to take a look at the goalies, see how Swayman did. 43 wins. And then, yeah, .921. Dude was a tank this season. Good for him. Alright guys, I just want to take a look at the playoff tree real quick so you can see the Sabres road to the Cup final. They eliminate the Boston Bruins in 7 games. Very impressive. And Tampa in 7. So those are 2 really impressive wins. I gotta hand it to them. They played really well. And then the Canes in 6 before falling to us in the Cup final. So honestly, giving Buffalo a lot of credit here. They eliminated 2 of the best teams in the league. Again, that Atlantic Division was absolutely stacked. So, good on them. But hey, we win the Stanley Cup. third time in 5 seasons. Absolute dynasty, absolutely insane. And here we go, guys. We're going to get into the off season and go up to the draft. Real quick here, guys, we're going to look at the retired players for this season. Claude Giroux calling it quits with the Kings. What a fantastic career he's had. Pavelski, Kessel does retire with us. Honestly, not mad about that. He won a Stanley Cup and said, alright, I'm out. Love that for him. Oshie retiring, Brown, Bailey, Brassard, Simmons, Stefan, Hoffman, Riley Smith. I mean, decently big names here, guys. Take a look at the defensemen. Erik Karlsson, John Carlson, Weber, Yandel, Subban, Goligoski, Spurgeon. I mean, yeah, we got some big guys retiring here. And take a look at the goalies. Elliot Halak. Alright, so no huge names on the goalie side. Kemper is still going at the ripe age of 36. We love to see it. And we're going to get into the draft here. Alright guys, so now we're ready to go into the NHL entry draft. Let's get it rolling. So here we go, guys. You can see the first 3 picks. They're Red Wings, Kings, and Canadiens. Let's see. I'm sure the Red Wings are going to take this franchise guy. And they do. Medium franchise, 79 overall. Kid's going to be insane. And let's see who the Kings take. 78, medium elite. And the Habs get a 74 medium elite. Alright, so pretty solid first 3 picks. And let's sim to our pick, number 32. Alright guys, we're going to select this Joaquin Brain guy. I like that last name. Medium elite potential, similar style to Joe Thornton, 2 years, ETA for the NHL, and he does have a guaranteed tape-to-tape superstar ability. As you can see, we scouted him decently well, good shooting, good puck skills, good senses. Listed as more of a playmaker, which we like to see, good numbers as well. He's projected to go 45th. We also have the Scuderi guy, but he doesn't have a guaranteed X factor, and the stats that we want him at just aren't as good. So we're going to get this guy as our first pick. And I hate when it does that. Let's see what he ends up being for us here. Medium top 6. Alright. But 72 overall, so not bad. And we'll go to our next pick. Alright guys, so I'm going to make the decision to go with Wade Sutter. Here is projected to go 74th, so we definitely miss out on him. He's got a low elite potential, pretty good numbers. You know, goal scoring here, good shooting skills, 3 years ETA, low elite potential. And he does have a 75% chance at that unstoppable force. Feel like it's worth the risk here, and let's see what he is. I literally hate when it does this. Okay. So 63, low top 6, so not a great pick for us. But let's keep going here, guys. I'm going to take a big risk here and go with a goalie. This guy's a medium starter, but, you know, only a low, you know, pretty inaccurate measure there. But skills are pretty decent. Got a nice poise, blocker, hand, stick usage. I think we go with him and take the risk here. Medium backup, 57 overall. I mean, not terrible. He could develop. Let's keep going. So our next pick in the draft ended up being a low top 9, 58 overall. Not too terrible. Gives us some depth options in the future here. And we'll keep going here. Alright guys, so our round 4 pick ended up being a medium top 9, 59 overall. Not too terrible, as you can see. A little bit better than these other picks here on the overall. And again, gives us some depth options moving forward. So this round 5 pick was definitely a bust. Medium 7th, 55 overall. Although I did say that about a couple of our other picks in previous years, and they actually ended up developing quite nicely. So we'll see what happens with that guy. And let's keep simming here. Alright guys, so our last 5th round pick ended up being low bottom 6, 58 overall. Honestly, not terrible. Again, we're really looking forward to the future with some depth options since we have some really big contracts, and we'll keep simming to our next pick. Alright guys, so we actually had a pretty decent round 6 pick here. We selected another goalie, 60 overall, medium fringe starter potential. That's actually not so bad. Very satisfied with that pick, especially being so late in the draft here. And let's get to our round 7 pick, guys. Alright guys, I forgot we had 2 round 7 picks. Our first one ends up being 59 overall, low bottom 6 potential. Not terrible for so late in the draft. And let's get into our last pick here. Here's our list of picks. Honestly, like our first 5 picks, I'm pretty satisfied with. After that, kind of falls off, although we did get that interesting medium fringe starter potential goalie, so I'm not too upset about that. Overall, pretty successful draft, and we'll head into the offseason here. Alright guys, so I just realized Oliver Bjorkstrand wants a contract extension. He's asking for $9.5 million. Considering that he was on like a $5.3 million contract, I'm gonna wait for him to hit the free agency and see what we can do here. He really doesn't come down all that much. He actually did go up from an 85 to an 87 overall, so that's pretty cool to see. He was really good for us, and we'll see what ends up happening when the free agency hits. Alright guys, so Darcy Kuemper actually is asking for another contract extension. He did go up from an 82 to an 84 at the age of 36. That's honestly really good. I feel like we can definitely get him for under 3 million. So let's do like 2.85 and see what he says to that. Alright guys, so we did lock in Kuemper for one more season. Again, we offered him 200k under what he was actually asking. So that was a good ad for us. Again, 84 overall at age 36. He deserved the extra year, honestly. He was one of the biggest reasons we won the Stanley Cup. So good ad for the next season there for us. Alright guys, so let's just look at the free agents here. Natchez is the top free agent this season, asking $12 million, followed by Zadina. Bjorkstrand does have 3 teams interested in him already. Do have 11.9 million in cap space, so we could re-sign him up to an 87. I feel like he was very good for us. He is a right winger, so I do want to take a look in case we lose him. You know, who might be... Oh, Capo. Okay, we see you. This guy, Joachim Kemel. Alright, we see this guy. It only says he fits in all penalty kill, but like, I feel like that's a lie. I don't trust our scouts anymore. And then also Capo here. They're both asking for a lot. He would fit into our forward line 1 as well. You know, Bjorkstrand, 3 teams interested. He could be gone tomorrow, but we'll find out. Alright guys, so I just eventually decided to offer Bjorkstrand the contract. I did offer him about like 200k more than he was asking because he had like 5 teams interested in him. So I had to submit a pretty competitive offer and see if we can get him locked in here. Alright, so Bjorkstrand decided to sign with the Panthers. That kind of sucks. I don't get, like, they're saying we don't offer them enough and we're literally high rolling them, but alright, simulation. Alright guys, so actually I ended up sending an offer to Anthony Beauvillier here. Good left winger. I believe we sent him for 2 seasons, and we'll see how we can fit into our lineup. Alright guys, we signed Makar to a big contract extension. I'll show it to you after this screen. I believe we locked him in for the next 6 seasons. Massive contract, so that was really important for us. I saw that he wanted an extension, and I was not going to risk losing him to free agency the way we lost Rantanen. So really great that we were able to lock him in. Alright guys, so here is our Makar contract. As you can see, an absolutely massive deal. 13.6 million for the next 6 seasons. You know, we're going into our 6th season here. So we will have him relatively toward the end of the franchise series, but really good for us to add him and lock him down for that duration. Alright guys, we're also able to sign Oscar Lindblom, 29 years old, 81 overall, so he's still some room to go up and grow for us for the next 2 seasons. So that was a really good add for us. Keep that really nice depth scoring on our lines here. And then right wingers, we added Colin White, and Joachim Blichfield here. Good players for us. I believe we both gave them both 2-year contracts. Oh, gave Colin White 3 years. Blichfield 2 years. So again, we got to go out and find another right winger unless someone in the system is good enough to come up. You know, I like Logan O'Connor, 29 years old, 79 overall. He might end up making the team, but we'll see. We would assign Taylor Radish to a 1-year contract to bring him in to slot into probably our 4th line here. Pretty good ad for us. Alright guys, so we also locked Oliver Shillington in for another 4 seasons, I believe. 29 years old, so we will get him while he's still playing really well. And he played really good for us when we made that swap trade in exchange for Devin Taves. So good thing we were able to get him locked in. Alright guys, so we're just going to go over our lines headed into the 2026-27 season here. As you can see, we made some improvements to our lineup. Landeskog, McKinnon, and Kyrou on that first line. Absolutely disgusting first line for us. Second line is also really solid with Burakovsky, Newhook, and we have Ratu actually playing left winger here. But I think that'll be good for him and Newhook. They have pretty good synergy on that line with a +2 correlation. Third line looking really, really good. Beauvillier, Kemper, and Blitchfield. And then our 4th line, Radish, White, and Lindblom, all above an 80 overall. I feel like, you know, power forward and two-way forwards here. I feel like that's going to be a good shutdown line for us. And then looking at our defensemen here, we move Byram up to the first line with Makar. Second line with Rutu and Shillington, and then last pair, Gerard and Anderson. So defense looking pretty solid. And then to look at our special teams are absolutely gross this season. First power play unit is going to pop off so much, and the second unit here really solid as well. 4-man power plays also absolutely insane units on both sides there. Penalty kills looking really solid again. I expect our PK to do a really good job this coming season. And then our 3-man even correlations, which is totally fine. So there you have it, guys. Those are our lines headed into the next season. We'll pick up here for the next episode, but this was such a good episode, guys. We won the Stanley Cup, our 3rd cup in 5 seasons. Absolute dynasty here. And we will continue simming. The next episode will cover the 2026-27 season. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss another video in this series. It's getting super exciting, and I appreciate the support. Have a good one, y'all.